Welcome to Swish and Flick, an all Potter podcast.
Swish and flick. Everyone? Swish and flick.
Hello and welcome to episode 19 of Swish and Flick. I'm Tiffany.
I'm Megan.
I'm Katie.
And they tell me I'm Sarah.
This episode of Swish and Flick is sponsored by Regine Urbar. Thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon. Today we will begin our latest spin-off, the Scamander Stories. Woo!
It has to do with Newt Scamander.
Oh, she's back!
She never really leaves.
Today we will be discussing what we know so far about the Crimes of Grindelwald. We could possibly be discussing Fantastic Beasts spoilers, so please be warned, as everything we do in this podcast is spoilers for anybody new. And I mean, we're all new to Fantastic Beasts, so
We should just be called Spoilers and Flick.
it's comedy gold, Katie Gold. All right, so before we begin, Megan has weekly profit stuff. Let's go to Makes Me Shows. And if you're on Twitter and or Instagram and you read it that way every time you see her post, you're welcome.
So I found this cool new theater review article on the Harry Potter in Concert series that goes on.
Oh, yeah.
You guys know all about that?
Yeah.
So for anybody that doesn't know what it is, Harry Potter in Concert is basically where you get to go to like the nice theater district of your city and go and see your local orchestra perform all of the music from Harry Potter while the movie's playing.
Do they have the Cleveland Orchestra doing this?
Is it coming to Cleveland? I know it's coming to Akron.
I was going to be like mind blown because they're not your average orchestra.
They're not.
Like
They're actually
one of the
exceptional.
World best. So
Well,
it'd be,
no,
like,
I mean like
mind-blowing.
fantastic orchestras are
Not
doing
saying
this.
I'm not saying
No,
they're
she's
not
just wondering
fantastic.
if for us, it's
I
the
don't know
Cleveland
if
Orchestra.
they've announced that it's coming to Cleveland yet.
I know
but
the
it's coming to Akron.
Columbus Orchestra does it.
Me and Meg
we
saw
went
the first
in
one.
Columbus, and it was amazing.
Oh, it was so cool.
Not a Harry Potter one, but actually, this comes out when?
This comes out next Sunday.
Okay, so December, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this month, I will say, I am going to see this, but for The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, that'll be
that'd
super
Oh,
be cute.
yeah.
I don't know which orchestra's doing it, though.
So amazing.
Is it in
I could look
Cleveland?
it up.
It is? Is that Playhouse?
I don't know if they would do it. If the Cleveland.
I mean, I don't know who's doing
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
But Harry Potter in Concert, it was honestly, this is like my little review of it. Me and Katie went to Columbus to go see Sorcerer's Stone, and it was seriously like I was seeing it at midnight
For the first time.
Oh,
ever.
just
Movie,
excitement.
because it's like people who are there paid good money to see it,
Right.
and it wasn't necessarily for the orchestra. It was more so for the experience of seeing the movie in a big screen setting again with the live orchestra playing the music. Like the whole thing is just a cool concept, but like mostly it's just massive Harry Potter fans that are getting together.
Please tell me they dressed up.
We got there kind of late, so I don't know. It was dark. I'm sorry. Some people,
Well,
I
you
mean,
should
like
be.
everybody had on Harry Potter stuff.
I did wear my Newt Scamander bow tie.
She did.
You would.
Yeah. But it was just the coolest experience.
Are you sure it's not at Severance Hall? Because this one says it's the Cleveland Orchestra.
When is
Disney
it?
in Concert, Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
When is it?
There's a couple showings.
December, though, right?
December 20th.
Guys, I guess I'm seeing the Cleveland Orchestra.
That's pretty cool.
I mean,
That's pretty bops.
if you've never been, first of all, if you've never been to Severance Hall, it's beautiful.
I've never been, which is amazing for someone like me who was in band, was in pep band, was in orchestra. Like,
The reason I've been to it so many times because we would go on field trips in grade school and stuff. Did we do it in high school at all?
I think.
Like once a year we would go.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So first of all, the place is gorgeous, and when you look, if it's at Severance Hall, when you are in like the seating, if you look up, fun fact about the place, the whole ceiling is designed after like I think the guy's last name was Severance, like Mr. Severance's wife's wedding dress.
Whoa, that's cool.
And then if you like when you first walk in,
Yeah.
if you look down on the floor, there's like when they were building it, someone dropped a nail and they left it there. So there's like a nail somewhere in the flooring that you can see, but you have to like kind of search hard to find it. But anyways,
It's like a Where's
the place is
Waldo?
beautiful, and the Cleveland Orchestra is phenomenal. I've gone there a couple of times.
Like, you know how I know they're good? They mention it in Gilmore Girls.
Well, they travel all over the world. They're world renowned. They're like
they're
one of the
really good.
top orchestras in the world. So we're lucky to have him.
Well, then I'm stoked. I'm also wearing my Jack Skellington leggings and a
Yes.
sweatshirt when I go, so I'm gonna look real nice.
Oh my gosh. Hopefully, because this is what it's saying, that it's the Cleveland Orchestra at Severance Hall.
I don't think it would be anything else.
Yeah.
Like it would make sense to have it,
Yeah.
especially if it's like an orchestra kind of thing. Like, why wouldn't you, if you're having it in Cleveland, why wouldn't you have the Cleveland Orchestra
I
do
can
it?
go.
Like, they're in your disposable. They're at your disposable. Get it, disposal.
Yeah, I
can't
get it.
say things.
Back to Megan.
So I guess like the whole sorcerer's stone has pretty much gone everywhere that's going to go, but I think it's still playing in some places. So now Chamber of Secrets is starting to come out in all the cities.
Are we gonna go?
I
I
would love
feel like I had to see the first one.
Feel
Yeah, I feel like you have to see it in order.
I'm just saying.
But it's coming in the spring, I guess, to Akron. So Chamber of Secrets will be in Akron.
I'll go
It says
by
that
myself.
I want to see that Puffs play.
so do I.
Speaking of things in spring, because
So
I'm
do
getting
I,
older
majorly.
in the spring.
We'll talk about it. We'll make
So anybody who doesn't know, like the whole concept of this Harry Potter in concert thing is the film is played on a screen above the stage while the score is performed live by the orchestra that's in your city.
I got this.
And
is
you
crap
cool.
your
You
pants
guys
if
have
John
done that. I
Williams
just
just
think that
rolled.
would be amazing.
It was
like
was
this.
awesome.
It was
That's
amazing.
what I love. Like, because this is a little off tangent, but talking about scores, we were watching Star Wars and just like listening to that kind of music, especially something like iconic, like Harry Potter, Star
Yeah.
Wars, like anything that has had like
Epic
has a huge
orchestras.
following. Like when you hear the
Oh.
music, you know exactly what it is.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just
yeah,
something that oh my god,
basically
I can't-
anything that John Williams has touched.
yeah.
I
John
probably
Williams
would
is
cry a little bit.
iconic. I actually was like, oh my god, is he still alive? Yes, he is.
Yes. So like the cool thing is, I mean, obviously we've all heard the music before and like we relate it, but there's just something about like being surrounded by it
Yeah,
when you're
and, like,
there.
Yeah.
And then
listening to
like
it
you
right
see
there.
the movie there, but you're like just surrounded by this beautiful
Yeah.
music. And so yeah, that's my weekly prophet. I just wanted to let it be known that Chamber of Secrets was starting to make its rounds, and that it's a really awesome experience. If anybody has it coming to their city, you should go check it out because it's amazing.
Yep. Agreed.
Yup.
That'd be really cool to go see it.
That article also did mention that people dressed up, so I guess people did
It
dress
did,
up
yeah.
to this. I don't know. We were
I
late
think that
day.
they went to the one like in Miami or something, and they were
Like
saying
dressed
that-
up in character stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
like you know
gotcha.
how people did like Potter garb
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. I dress up as myself. I'm famous enough. I'm a famous wizard in the Harry Potter world. You just don't know it.
Yeah, you are.
Muggles.
Muggles. We are smuggles. So
It's even worse.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Should we go to the recap?
Yep. So
I told Katie to do a recap, and she's like, "But I don't wanna." I'm like, "Just do it."
I did it.
It's
I
your
did
thing.
It.
It's in yellow. You have to.
It is. It's like permanent marker, but yellow. So last
highlighter?
time, yes.
We have yellow permanent markers. They're yellow Sharpies.
I'm sorry, but if something is written, like highlighted, it's never
like,
going to be unhighlighted.
It's not like a permanent marker.
Okay,
Let's have this discussion.
let's go to the recap.
Sarah's giving me a horrible look right now.
because it's just dumb. It's permanently highlighted.
Okay, I apologize.
Move on.
What's happening?
I'm right and you're wrong. I'm big and you're small. I'm smart and you're dumb. Name that movie.
Matilda.
She was also not a
Trunchbull.
muggle.
Correct. Anyway, recap.
Oh wait, that wasn't Miss Trunchbull. That was the
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Was it? No. Well,
It was
she
the
does say
dad. It
but
was
the
Danny
dad says it
DeVito's
too.
character, right?
Yes, they both say it. I
thought you
believe.
were.
They
saying,
both. They both say it.
I think I remember her also saying something
She said
similar.
something similar, but he said
He's the
that
one that's
line
like, I'm
that you're
big and
saying.
you're small.
I love Danny DeVito.
Which is
so
funny because
good.
he's not large. He's very short.
Well, he's also talking to a child.
I
who's
think he's
smaller
as
than
tall
him.
as me, you guys.
Have you seen his daughter? He's got a son that's taller than him.
Can we go to the recap?
Yeah.
Can I do
No,
my recap?
this is what happens when we don't podcast for a while. We talk about whatever.
So last time we had our Sorcerer's Stone book to movie comparison. So we went through a whole list of differences, such as characters, missing characters, maybe differences in the characters, scenes that were taken out or added, and all sorts of fun facts in between.
Wonderful.
I need to interject. I am taller than Danny DeVito. He's 4'10".
Ooh. Which is saying a lot because Tiffany's 5 foot. She's the
Okay,
shortest
moving
one on
on.
this podcast.
Oh no, I accidentally closed out of the dock.
Good
Okay, guys,
job.
we're going to take a little break here. We'll be RB.
Hey there. If you've run out of Swish and Flick episodes and you've already had your second breakfast, then you should head over to Box Trick with Tiffany and Matt.
We talk all things Zelda, Mario, Pokemon, Nintendo, and all other video games.
So head on over and listen because those Pokemon aren't going to catch themselves.
And as always, thanks for listening.
Hey, guys. Welcome back to Swish and Flick.
Welcome back. This makes mouse sounds.
So the first thing that we want to do, basis of this episode, as Tiffany said, we're going to discuss the Crimes of Grindelwald. And Pottermore recently put out this really cool interactive photo of the cast, which I thought would be cool to go over. We could try and see what we know about the characters as of right now, and maybe like speculate where their character may go. Something like that.
I'm down. I'm down for speculation.
So first up in the photo is young Dumbledore, played by Jude Law.
So cute.
He looks really good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You can tell, and I think that we discussed this a little bit in maybe the last episode, but you can really tell that he studied Michael Gambon's like mannerisms and everything to match Dumbledore, like Michael Gambon's Dumbledore.
The arm cross, even.
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned the wand holding last
yeah, he was
time.
holding his wand. Yeah,
Guess I never really thought about like the arm cross and the stance that he's got going on. He's a little cash.
yeah.
It just
Like,
amazes me.
like he would just like yell if you put your name in the goblet of fire.
Definitely.
Oh, it's the Goblet of Fire.
What are you gonna say, Katie? I interrupted you.
It makes me think of when Helena Bonham Carter, who plays Bellatrix, had to act as Hermione being Bellatrix.
Yes.
It kind of reminds me
Dude.
of that. Like, that blows
so
my
good.
mind. That's like
Yeah.
acting on top of acting on top of acting. So
It was amazing. I
it's
love
incredible.
Helena Bonham Carter. I love her. Love. Oh my gosh.
Especially because I love Tim Burton films and
Yes.
she's in like most of them because they were together for a very long period.
They
of
were.
time.
Yeah.
Love her.
She's great.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that like him and Newt are going to be main characters, obviously in Grindelwald because like his name is in the title. But I
title.
think it's mostly going to focus on like Newt and Dumbledore's what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, pursuit of Grindelwald.
Ooh.
Okay.
Do you think they're going to be working together?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
definitely.
Yeah,
Working
definitely.
together, two best friends. Yeah.
It's like an 80s sitcom.
I heard, and I think it may have been one of our listeners said this in our group on Facebook, but they compared, it was a really neat comparison between Dumbledore and Harry to Dumbledore and Newt. And they're worried that, I think somebody was talking about Dumbledore in the group and somebody said this, but they were saying that they're worried that Dumbledore is going to use Newt like he used Harry.
I
Well,
don't
when
think
does
so.
Dumbledore not?
That's what Dumbledore
Right.
does.
So see, I
I
don't think
know.
he will.
Huh?
I don't think he'll use Newt like he used Harry because I think Harry.
Do you think Newt's
Offered-
gonna? But he's not gonna share. No.
No. I don't think he's gonna. I think he's going to be the same Dumbledore. Like he's going to hold back a lot of things, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't think that he would use. I don't think he's capable of using Newt like he used Harry because Harry's very naive. Where he gets Harry when he's like 11 years old, right?
But Newt
so he can
seems
kind of.
very giving.
I was gonna say very trusting.
Yes. Trusting,
He is
giving, loyal.
I could see where you're coming.
See
I
the
just
best
don't
in
know if I-
everyone.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think that you would do that to me. But the thing is here.
But maybe
Dumbledore's gonna keep all of his background knowledge of Grindelwald close to his heart.
I bet you that's gonna come up though.
Newt's not going to be privy to anything that happened in the past.
Like, I don't think that Newt's going to know about his unrequited love to Grindelwald.
Well, definitely not the love, but definitely not the hollows.
So do you
Definitely
think,
not the pursuit of the greater good stuff. Because think about how Dumbledore's supposed to be living
Yeah.
his life
right, and
on
how
the
he's
up
going
and
to
up.
look to Newt if he knows
Yeah.
all of that information.
is Dumbledore really like are him and Grindelwald really like in love with each
No.
other?
No.
Like, were they ever
I think
dating?
no, I think that's a very common misconception, actually, that
Like-
a lot of people are thinking.
What?
And,
Just because he's
they-
gay doesn't mean he's like in love with him. Well, not in love with him, but like that they're
Grindelwald-
dating.
Grindelwald, I don't think ever loved him back. I think that Grindelwald took advantage of the fact that Dumbledore loved him.
Because the more I'm thinking about it, it just doesn't seem. It just doesn't seem like something that
Tiffany's
would like.
losing it.
Go ahead, Tiffany.
Going back, so I guess in my head I always thought that they were in love, right? Mm-hmm. Now that you say that, and you say that Grindelwald's going to use Dumbledore's feelings for him, kind of against him,
right,
or to use him, he used what's his face? He used
Percival Graves.
no.
Are you talking about Grindelwald?
Yes.
Oh, Ezra.
Credence. I couldn't think of it. He used Credence. There was sexual tension in Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, okay, I know that Grindelwald and Dumbledore had a thing, so well maybe he's gonna like, I don't know.
Maybe
At
this
one
is
point I
something-
thought they were gonna like
Kiss.
Yeah.
and they were almost
really?
full on embracing.
I never got
and
that.
you could feel it.
I got that vibe.
Oh, I felt
I got
it.
it.
How
I felt it in my bones.
I know
was-
exactly what you're talking about, but I took it as this kid has never been hugged by anybody, for God's
I
sake.
took it the other
I
way.
took it like
Like he just needs human contact, not that they were in love. I mean, I'm not arguing with you guys. That's a great, I love it, but I just never took it that way.
I did.
Ever.
I was so.
now you're gonna
uncomfortable
watch it a
watching
little different,
Like,
I think.
I agree.
Is clearly damaged.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, I could see it being taken both ways.
I mean,
Man, that
I
makes
think
me
you
think.
can.
But I did kind of when they were in that alleyway.
Yeah, exactly. That
I was-
exact scene.
yes.
I felt
I
it.
was
It
so
was you could
uncomfortable.
cut it with a freaking knife.
Because, like, I just felt, because clearly he's a kid. First of all, he's a kid. He's
How old
under
is he,
8
though?
He has to be under 18 if he's still living there and not on his own and she's not kicking him
Right.
out. In my mind, he's under 18 and there's this older man that's, like, creeping on you. First of all, in any situation when you're underage and some older person, like, that's just, I don't like it. So,
Yeah.
like, that was creeping me out. And then, like, you know that, like, the entire time he's using him, because then at the end he's like, well, the second he realizes that
Exactly.
he's not the Obscurus, he's like, I don't give a, like, I don't care about you anymore. Like,
Right.
bye. Like, you're not useful to me.
Right.
It's so, like, so on both the level of him, like, using him to be like, you know, especially when you're that age, you don't know what your sexuality is. Not all the time. Like, you're feeling it out.
No, but that's
like, it's one of those,
exploring.
yes,
It's their
like, you're
exploration
curious and all
phase.
that stuff. So he's probably going through all of that stuff. He's also has all that extra shit with that girl being mean to him, Mary, whatever her name is. So, like,
Barebones.
he's just prying on all
She did.
aspects of his vulnerabilities.
Right?
I think this is a good
Yes, you
segue
said.
into the next person in the picture, which is Ezra Miller,
Yeah,
aka
okay.
Credence.
Let's just go in there.
which is a surprise for some.
Is he,
because
like-
some people think that he died.
There was a
And
witch.
Well, they made it that way. They made
if
it look like
you-
he died. I
Right,
think.
right. And if anybody didn't catch this, because I think that when I posted this, one or two of our listeners maybe was like, what? I thought he was dead. So if you go back and you watch Fantastic Beasts again, at the very end of the film, whenever the Makusa Aurors, I guess,
Yeah.
were firing spells at Credence, it looks like he exploded and died, but there's a little wisp of something,
Obscurus
a
was.
little wisp of Obscurus that floats away, which clearly, if he is in this picture and he is clothed, real person, like not a spirit or anything, he obviously didn't die. So I think that that's interesting.
She's gonna have to explain that in some way
Yeah, like what does that mean? But you know what?
because Ariana had full on died.
Well, right.
Well,
but
well,
We
maybe
don't even know if
that's-
she's an Obscurus for
What?
sure.
But what?
Well,
Well,
I mean, it's
we do.
what
I mean, but we
spells
don't.
were they using?
I don't know. But
Because if
I
they
think
weren't
that-
using the killing curse,
They probably weren't.
well, then let's think. Okay, maybe Ariana got hit with the killing curse. She didn't just
Right.
explode.
Yeah.
Not only that, but maybe what happened to him
And there was a
because
body.
of the situation that he was in. He was clearly angry. Maybe what happened was something similar to a type of Horcrux, where like this little wisp flew away. Part of his soul was saved somehow.
Just makes me think of end of Sorcerer's Stone when Voldemort
right.
escapes
How,
the castle. Was it a wisp?
Do they talk about how Obscurus themselves die? Because he mentions
No.
it like
I don't
they
think-
don't
we
live
don't-
for
we
a
don't-
long time.
we don't know much
So, like,
about-
that would be interesting to see
I'm
how they all.
assuming what they mean
died.
is that Obscurus is kind of just like implode on
That's
themselves.
that's how I
Because
view
they're
it.
suppressed.
right.
Yeah.
That your body
And
just
it's this just burst of energy that they stop being able to control.
Spontaneous combustion.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, they don't even know anything. They don't know much about Obscurus to begin with, and they know that they only don't live past, like, I think the most recorded was 9, 10, or 11. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
young.
So he's
here comes Credence, who's
much older.
probably almost 18, and that's unheard of. So they don't know
Exactly.
anything about it.
I'm gonna need a Pottermore article on that, y'all.
I think that like, you know, this is like the kickoff to this new little side project that we want to do, the Scamander Stories. And I think that what we should do leading up to Fantastic Beasts is a character analysis, like one episode, talk about one character. Maybe that's like what we can end up doing with this.
Do we
I
want to
just-
talk about how he got his role in the original one? Because he knows
Because
Emma
he knows
Watson.
Emma Watson. I thought that was so cool.
Who does what?
Ezra Miller.
They were
Have you
in
ever
Perks
seen the
of Being
Perks
a
of Being a
Wallflower.
Wallflower?
No,
really
but
good.
I've
Emma
heard of it,
Watson
though.
and Ezra Miller work together.
I love
And
that you
in
say
this
his whole
interview-
name. You never just say Ezra. You're like Ezra
Well,
Miller.
because I know another Ezra, so it sounds weird to me.
No,
to
we
not say
don't.
Ezra
No, we
Miller.
don't.
Never heard of him.
Shout out to E. Kirk 2006.
So it was really cool in this one interview that he did. He said that he got to talk to David Heyman and, oh my gosh, what's the director's name? David Yates, about this role because he knew somebody that knew them. And I'm like, Emma Watson. Like, just say her name. Just name drop.
Oh, those are shorts. I just got so excited. I was like, he's in other things. They're short videos.
I thought you were looking at a picture of shorts. I was like,
No.
are you shopping while we're recording?
No, I have. I like to read. I like to read a lot of stuff about like actors and stuff and actresses and movies, like online, like trivia facts, because I love to like see. Oh, I've seen them in this, this, and this, and like fun facts about their life. Because I have no life, so this is what I do. And so I have his up like all the movies that he's done. And so he is in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Clearly.
What?
I know.
I didn't
and
know.
then there's short videos. That's Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them before Harry Potter. And then another one that says the Barebone Family. And so I'm like, oh, there's other ones? They named them? No, they didn't. Those are short videos.
You're amazing. Sometimes
gosh.
I'm just like, Sarah.
So I'm segueing into the next character so we don't discuss too much about each one so that we can do these other
Yes,
episodes.
Do it, baby.
But the next actress, her name is Claudia Kim. She's a new character. She's sitting next to Credence.
In a sensual way.
Yes. Her name in the film, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, so I apologize in advance, but I believe it's Maladictus.
Where are you?
If you click
If
on
you
her
click- do you see the
face,
little-
arrow? You can zoom in and see her name. Maladictus? I'm not sure.
Probably Maladictus.
Either one of those.
But she is the carrier of a blood curse that destines her ultimately to transform into a beast.
Interesting.
Now,
Do we have a new form of
I
half-breed?
have heard a
blood
pretty interesting theory about Maladictus.
I'm excited.
What does that mean? That name's got to mean something.
Google it.
It's probably some kind of Greek
There's
monster.
a massive theory that Maladictus transforms into a snake.
I know where you're going with this.
And
I don't.
this
Nagini.
snake is Nagini.
I'm a genius.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Because I'm not sure what her name means. Did we see?
I wish you could have just seen my face.
It's a really cool theory.
I hope it means snake.
I'm looking up the
Just like-
LatinDictionary.net.
She doesn't
It's-
hide much with
it's
her character
loading.
names.
No,
Remus
she
Lupin.
Remus
never
Lupin.
does. Yeah.
The definitions are abuse, curse, speak evil, ill of, revile, slander.
I feel bad for her already. Her poor name.
Let me
She's gotta be dark.
see.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, she's
I
with
wonder.
Credence.
And I wonder
who I
if he's going to
think-
turn dark.
Right. There's also a theory that Grindelwald will find Credence again, and
Oh, I wouldn't
they
doubt it.
will
Team
be a
up.
team.
However, I mean, Credence was pretty mad at Grindelwald. Well,
Maybe
at
we'll have a passion
personal
makeout
grapes,
session.
but
Okay, here's
Is he going to know they're the same?
I don't know. It's a good
here's
question.
another thing
That's
that
a
makes
good
us
question.
think this.
He was gone before he transformed, right?
So this is where this theory comes from. This is what it stems from.
Do it.
According to the press release, Claudia Kim, plays Maladictus, the carrier of a blood curse that destines her ultimately to transform into a beast. Previously, by the way, this is from digitalspy.com, just so that people don't think I'm like making this up. Previously, it was revealed that she plays one of the acts in the Circus Arcanus. We do know that we are going to be seeing a circus of some sort.
A magical circus?
Yes, which is really neat because Mina Lima released this print on their website of this circus, but it was never used in the first film. And then we come to find that it's actually for this film. So it's a traveling museum of human oddities who appeared in a poster on a wall. Oh, it did appear in the first one. I lie. It was a poster on the wall in Fantastic Beasts.
Yes, I remember that.
So which of the circus acts is Miss Kim playing? Look closely at the billed performers and you can see Boris the Brute, a perfidious hypnotist. No, that's clearly not her. Homo Amphibia. No, that's like a two-headed baby, so that doesn't make sense.
That's sad.
How about the enchanting snake girl? Look again at Kim's costume in the image, and her outfit does kind of resemble
Snake
like
skin.
sleek and shiny
Yeah.
scales. So it's safe to guess. People think that this means that it's safe to guess that she's Snake Girl. And it says, as we know, she's a Maladictus. She carries, again, a blood curse.
Ultimately transform.
Right.
Can she
So-
partially transform?
Or does that mean she
I
will eventually
think-
just become a beast?
I think it could be like in the beginning of this curse, she is like, can decide maybe when to transform, but then eventually it
Ooh.
turns her into a beast.
Maybe-
And that's why Nagini can handle being a Horcrux.
Maybe it's one of those things where like the more times she does it, the longer like
Oh, yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
the more times she transforms into it. So like as much as it's her career, like she's shortening her life as a human.
It's such a cool theory.
In the article, it says,
All I'm thinking of is when Voldemort's like, milk Nagini.
Yeah. It says here, which is funny, which leads us to the next question. Do we know any significant snakes in the Harry Potter universe?
only a few. Guys, I think it's the python that Harry set loose.
I think it's the basilisk.
And it says here
Oh my
also,
God.
it says here also, conveniently, we know very little about Voldemort's pet before the events of Goblet of Fire. We know that the wraith form of Voldemort inhabited snakes' bodies in Albania after failing to kill Harry, and we've always assumed that Nagini was one of those snakes, or at least that his relationship with her began at that time. Considering that the Maladictus snake girl will almost certainly encounter the Dark Wizard Grindelwald, or, for better or worse, in Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, it's at least possible that she will end up permanently in snake form and either be introduced to Tom Riddle or else simply go on to discover an affinity with him at a later date.
I think she escapes the circus, and then he like finds her. Like
Maybe.
Tom Riddle finds her.
And if she
Because
really
we're going to see Tom Riddle in these movies later on.
I'm so excited.
Freaking wait.
And if you think about it, if she really is Nagini, Neville Longbottom, cut your damn head off.
Honestly. So yeah, her character I think is going to be really
And think
interesting.
about the way that he like communicates with her. Like you can communicate with Hedwig, whatever, right? But Hedwig's still a bird.
Right.
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 But the way that he communicates with Nagini is something
very
altogether
different.
different.
Yeah.
You're right.
And it
Like
is
she's a human.
seriously convenient that we know nothing about Nagini.
And if she can't transform back, like honestly, Nagini's the only thing on the earth that he actually cared about.
Maybe Tom Riddle meets her when she can't. When
Sarah?
she isn't a
When
snake.
she
and
isn't
they
a
have
snake.
a relationship.
Yeah.
And that's why he's like, here, I'm
That's
going to
why he's
keep you
so
in a bubble.
protective of her.
Maybe she's the first Bellatrix to the Voldemort.
I wonder if she got jealous whenever they,
Maybe
had
that's
some
really
fun
how-
in Malfoy Manor.
Maybe that's really how
Hey,
Bellatrix
what
died. She
happens
got
in
bit by the
Malfoy
snake.
Manor stays in Malfoy.
Oh god.
Lord.
Okay, so,
All right, let's go.
so next up is Zoe Kravitz, who plays
Purple dress?
Lita Lestrange. Yes, and purple. And this is a huge spoiler that they decide to release just in this little picture. It says,
Oh.
she had once been close to Newt Scamander, but is now engaged to his brother.
Can I just say one thing? Because you see her, she's got her arm around him.
Oh, yeah.
Brother looks like a
Yeah, he does.
just gonna be honest. I'm just gonna be honest.
Boing that for me.
Boing that. He looks like a boing.
Do you want some fun
what it's
facts
gonna be.
about Zoe Kravitz?
Yeah.
Well, obviously her
She's
father.
really good friends with Jennifer Lawrence.
She is. You want to know why? Because they were both on X-Men together.
She's engaged. Oh, that says that.
And Megan literally just said that.
For some reason, I read it and heard it as like is with him, and then I saw a ring, and I'm like, what?
Sorry,
everyone.
Her stepfather is Jason Momoa, who is, I don't know if I said the last name right, who was in Game of Thrones. He was Khal Drogo, and he's the new Aquaman.
How about her dad?
Well, that's Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny
Everybody knows
Kravitz.
that.
What?
You didn't know that?
Also,
See?
I don't know
In Hunger
celebrities.
Games.
Her last
And
name is
he-
Kravitz.
Yeah, and he also was in Hunger
A lot
Games.
of Kravitzes, maybe. I don't know.
He was in Hunger Games, and apparently,
Oh, yeah.
he said that
So
it was
good in
funny
Hunger
to
Games.
work with Jennifer Lawrence because like her and Zoe had been friends for so long, so it was like kind of awkward to have that role with her, but like fun.
It was a good. It was a good role to have
It
with her,
definitely
though.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I loved him.
Yeah.
She is
I
beautiful.
Really like the Hunger Games. Sorry.
No, I agree.
side note,
You-
I like
yes.
those. I like the
you
books.
like
I
them or
the
you don't
movies.
like
Love
them?
them.
Yeah, they're good.
They're probably my second favorite like series.
Yeah. Same.
Really,
Same.
Well, like book and movie because I've never read any. Why are you looking at me like that?
because you love Star Wars.
Yeah, but like I haven't read any books on Star Wars.
You don't
'cause-
need to read books.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Reading's for nerds.
Book series and movie series. Like Harry Potter clearly is my number one.
I got
The
ya.
next is what are we talking about?
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games.
Clearly not.
And actually, someone
no,
just asked me
anything
about-
you say
I
now
know.
is garbage.
Someone asked me about the Divergent series, and I had
It's okay.
had the
It's all right.
third book not ended the way it did.
don't
I
even
will tell
remember.
you now, I didn't finish reading it because my sister told me, and I was like, "That's stupid."
I don't remember.
I don't like how it ended. So, had that not happened, I would have really liked the books.
Okay.
Anyways,
So yeah, so that's interesting.
Well, for
I
a
wonder if
Lestrange,
we'll figure
it
out
looks nice.
how she
Probably nasty.
yeah. Well,
betrayed Newt, and then
that.
Well, what at the end of the movie? What did he have? What did he have that was from
A
her? Was it?
picture.
It was
Picture
a.
of
It was a
her.
picture. It wasn't a letter.
it was a picture.
It was a picture.
But like, how? What does he even say to What does he say to
He
Tina when
says
he's
people
like?
change or something like that.
But maybe
Went dark.
that's what I'm saying because his brother looks like he is
Maybe
not a nice human.
Maybe
being.
it was a Lily Snape
his
situation.
brother-
Like he was trying to.
I
I'm
guess.
sorry, you
But
can't
his
say
brother
anything.
is-
If they were like together, Hare and Newt, and now she's engaged to her brother. I'm sorry.
His
If my
brother.
sister did that to me, no.
No, I mean I don't think it's good. But I'm just
In short, no.
his brother doesn't seem, based on his character, what I've read on him, doesn't seem like a bad guy, which is weird.
Well, let's
I'm
go-
sorry.
let's-
Someone that's
he's-
stealing your
let's go
the
into him.
brother's
He's
girlfriend.
a celebrated war hero.
and the
that's
head of the
head-
Auror office.
At
Let's
the
go, let's-
Ministry of Magic.
Let's just.
that doesn't
No,
mean
and-
anything to me.
Hold on. And there's a letter that was left out of the first movie that was written from Theseus to Newt, and it's in the Lego game, which is weird. I don't know why, but he like reads part of it, and it's like Theseus just checking up on him, like genuinely caring about his little brother, and it just like
Yeah,
seems
because he
really
screwed
weird.
him over.
Yeah.
But
But here's the thing: when did he screw him over? Had he at that point, or was this something that
No.
happened when Newt was traveling, and then he's gonna go back and be like, "Wait, what?" So he might not even
was
know.
strange.
That was really weird.
Like at the end of the last movie, Newt might not even know that they're engaged.
Yeah, but then like what would have happened?
What would cause the quote change?
yeah.
Right. I don't know. Maybe
I'm
it's
thinking.
just-
I'm
like,
thinking
maybe
her
it's
going to her.
I mean, look at her last name. So
Yeah.
maybe it's her, and then she's going to affect Theseus.
They look like an
maybe
evil
they're trying to
couple.
get him on the
Yeah,
look a little
the dark
Because he's the
side.
head of the Auror department at the Ministry of Magic. Who?
And
what-
she looks like she's seducing him into something.
Yeah,
doesn't
like
she?
Yeah,
Grindelwald-
they look like they're an evil couple. Like she looks. I would agree that she looks like she could be using him for
Manipulative.
evil. Yes,
There's a lot of using going on in the series here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially
But yeah, I
since he's
feel
the
like
head of an
she-
office. She
I
might
feel
be
like
trying
she
to.
is
The
trying to
major
corrupt him.
office that would affect her family.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Those Lestranges. Ugh.
Shady
naughty,
bunch.
So do we want to go to Theseus a little bit here? It just says that he is Newt's older brother, and he's a celebrated war hero and head of the Auror office at the British Ministry of Magic. And all that I know about him, just from like reading stuff online and listening to other podcasts and whatnot, is that he genuinely seems to care about his little brother, from what I've gathered. He writes to him all the time. I guess he is actually supposed to be on the trail of Grindelwald right now in Britain. Mm-hmm. He's the head of that expedition, which I find kind of funny that Newt ends up catching him, even though his brother is supposed to be on the trail of that.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Maybe
sorry.
that'll go with her manipulating him into not
Probably.
finding him.
It's good ammo, right? Like, oh, your brother went behind your back and caught Grindelwald and made you look like an idiot.
Wow, and it's
Who's
kind
the
of-
head of the office.
It's interesting to look at something like that and see how I don't know if I would say like not falling in love, but like, you know, all of a sudden you have this girl in your life and you're now changing your entire way. Now you're gonna be
People do that all the
that's
time.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you get like a girlfriend. And no one hears from you again.
yeah.
And now you're screwing your
What war?
friends over.
World
isn't it-
War II,
What year is this?
1920.
That's not World War II.
World War
One.
One.
But World War One,
World War II is in the 40s.
Well, because
not in 26.
Well, I'm just
because
wondering, is
Jacob-
there a war we don't know about wizarding
No.
wise, or are we talking
No, it's,
wizard
like,
involvement
genuine.
in one?
Yes, because it is supposedly related to like Jacob's role in the war that he talks about in the movie. How he like just got back from the war and he doesn't really have a good job.
We'll see, but
and
World War One was from 1914 to 1918.
yeah,
geez.
So that would have
he-
worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's World War One.
Is that
Nasty
when
warfare, man?
we're talking about? Because it's not
Yeah.
their. So this is in their past.
Yes.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
Ooh, so that goes back because we were talking about in some other episode of how I wonder if they're going to
Towards
do any
the end
flashbacks.
of the movies.
Well, yeah, but like I wonder if they're going to have any flashbacks if you see him. I
don't
just
see
want to
that.
see
I don't
how the
see them doing
wizarding
a
world
lot.
versus like the
Is
normal
in a
world
war?
is. Yeah, I want to know.
Well, because I think it says that like they use dragons and stuff in the war. Like, how does that work? It's weird. It's a cool. I'm glad that they work together. Like that's
Well, they had
neat.
flamethrowers.
Yeah, maybe it was actually dragons.
I guess.
I don't know. It'll be interesting. I just think that'll be so interesting.
No, I
to see
think
it.
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
next up is Tina, which I find
Tina.
interesting because according to like plot descriptions, we're not going back to America at all. I guess a majority of the film is taking place in Paris, like most of it. Mm-hmm. And I wonder how she's going to come back into the picture.
Well, let's speculate
Probably
a little
by
bit. So,
boat.
I mean, she
Right, but apparently, like this next movie literally picks up immediately. So I just wonder because, like, with how it ended, like, what is gonna?
she was in love with him.
Sure. Well, yeah.
Newt
Yeah.
said that he wanted to deliver his
Hand
book to her
deliver a book.
personally, and we see that his book comes out in this next movie.
That is
so maybe
true.
they
We saw
start
a
dating
picture
in
of
this
that.
movie. I don't know.
I don't know what's happening here. I hope you can't hear that on the podcast.
Yeah,
but
there's some weird noise.
My
going
I
dad's
think it's
cleaning the
it's
backyard. Sorry, guys.
It's a leaf blower, probably.
Yeah.
I think that, well, since we're all in Paris, I think he might write to her and have her come, or
Maybe.
she comes over there.
I
you know.
think what would be great if our fans bought us all tickets to Paris so we really could be immersed
I agree.
in the Fantastic Beasts.
creeps.
I want to point out that Tina gets reinstated as an Auror.
Yeah.
So she's going to be
Oh.
under Theseus.
Well,
She
maybe-
might see some shady stuff going
Well,
on.
no, hold on. But she's reinstated as an aura from Akuza.
Oh,
But,
that's
like, I
right.
He's
wonder-
the head of
But-
the British Ministry of
Thank
Magic.
you.
Aura
But do they
Department.
live? Do we know where they live? Because if you guys don't know that, they get married and have children, and it's their great grandkids.
I think they live in England because there's
'Cause
a
they're-
Goldstein that appears at Hogwarts later on.
Well, that's a relative of hers. It's like a distant cousin, right?
But I would assume that they must live in Great Britain then if one of them
her
is going.
kid moves, or her kid, their either they're the grandson or great grandson marries
Marries
Luna.
Luna.
Again, I would assume, but I don't know. Yes, Tiffany.
Sorry, I like to raise my hand. What did I do? Speculation. Bakuza has to team up with the British,
sure.
or
I bet you.
she's probably going to get sent over there on assignment to help get Grindelwald since she was involved in everything last time.
Yeah,
Tiffany.
I like that.
And
Round
she's
of
in love, and then
applause.
they're going to be like,
She'd be like, yeah, I'll go.
Is her sister gonna come? Do you think with her?
Well, she's in
well,
the picture.
yeah, she's going to go. I bet she'll be like a little
But so is
stowaway.
Jacob,
Or
so,
they'll
like-
use her for her legilimens.
Oh yeah.
Thinking.
Guys,
But she also said she has trouble with
Has trouble with British people.
Yeah, that's not how she said it, but essentially
Yeah.
that's what she was saying. And they're not the only ones with accents over there, so I wonder if she'll have a hard time with everybody else. Like, I wonder. Well, that was gonna be a stupid question.
Ask it.
I was gonna be like, I wonder if French people think in French. Of course they do. Like, what kind of?
I don't know. French listeners, tell us, do you think in French?
Bonjour.
I would think so.
Well, you think in English, eh?
No, because I don't even speak English.
Okay, how about Newt Scamander up next here?
Newt
Love
Scamander.
It says here, Eddie Redmayne stars again as Wizarding World magizoologist Newt Scamander, who has now gained fame in the Wizarding World as the author of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Look how
I think-
cute he
And
is.
He
He's so
is.
good
I love
looking.
his freckles.
I know. Oh, he's so cute.
But I love the picture that Fantastic Beasts posted of a sign in the window at Diagon Alley of his book being released, and he was going to be there for a signing or something, which I thought was neat. Kind of like Gilderoy Lockhart, you know?
Yes.
No, you were first.
Oh, I was gonna say I think it might be weird for Newt to gain fame because in the
Yeah,
last
completely.
movie he was like, "Oh, do people like you?" to Jacob, and then he's like, "Yeah, people have to like you too," and he's like, "No, I just annoy people. Like,
Yeah.
I like beasts more than people."
I just think he's one of those people that gets that fame and then he's like, I don't want
Right.
this.
I
Oh,
just
yeah.
wanted to write a
I
book
don't know
and
how to
educate
do-
people.
Exactly.
I didn't
He's
want-
probably-
He just
I-
loves his animals.
right.
I agree. Just fun facts about Eddie Redmayne. I believe him and his wife are having another baby. And do you guys, I always get so excited. Not that I know these people when they're like, we're pregnant again. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited for you. I'm not in your life, so I don't think it really matters if you think that me agreeing with you having more children matters to you. And then wasn't he in, what's that movie with Emma Watson? I'm trying to think of what it's called. My Date with Marilyn or something like that. Was that him? Or
Oh,
was it
she
someone
had
else?
such a small role in that. I'm not.
I saw that and I don't remember
My
her being
Week
in
with
it.
Marilyn. Yeah, he wants to like go on a date with her and she's like, I'm washing my hair.
She has like a really small role in that movie, doesn't she?
Well, not a really small role, but like it's like he's the main guy in it. Because it's his week with Marilyn.
I think
It's a
that
good movie if you want to see it.
next up we should talk about Queenie.
Queenie.
So Queenie is back. Her hair looks great.
Back again.
Alison Sudol is reprising
Queenie
her
Sue's
role
back.
as
Back.
her, and it
Tell a
says
friend.
that she is a legilimens who can read minds. That's really all they give us on her. So yeah, I wonder if maybe Makuza will want to recruit her for that.
Ooh, I just looked at. He's holding her arm.
She
Yeah.
does work for Makuza.
She does, but she's not really.
She's not like put to use as she probably.
Oh, they're gonna
Right.
they're
I
gonna
I
they're
bet
gonna
you she
utilize
does it on
whatever
purpose
they can.
though, because
Yeah.
a lot
She
of
probably
times
doesn't want to use that power like that.
Well, I think it's one of those things where, like, if you've ever seen The Breakfast Club and you see, like, the janitor guy, he's like, I know everything that goes around, like, because you
Right.
you almost think that, like, because you don't really see her, what is she, like, making someone tea or something?
Yeah.
That she's so under the radar so she can pick up on everything because people will, well, first of all, she can read minds anyways, but, like, they're more willing to spill their secrets when they think that, like, oh, she doesn't really matter, we're not, like,
and she
that's
even
probably
says
what
herself,
she-
she's like, Tina's the career girl.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not no mo.
Next up is Jacob Kowalski, and all they give us here is that Dan Fogler is reprising the role of the only no mage in the group.
However,
How is he going to come back into the story?
however, he is holding her arm. So
I
bet
know,
they're
But how
together.
is he? Because she let him go.
Well, here's the thing. At the end of the movie, it's pretty obvious that he remembers something,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I think that J.K. Rowling did a very good job with specific wording in what she had Newt say about that serum that they use. It only erases bad memories.
Oh.
And to Jacob,
What memory in that was bad for Jacob?
none of it. He loved it.
I mean, clearly he remembers it because he makes all of those pastries of the creatures.
But
Queenie comes into the shop and they lock eyes and like, and then he reaches for his neck like, oh yeah, I do have this scar here. I think that maybe it pushes it maybe to the back of his memory, but all the memories are still there.
did he say in that he was like having dreams about it or something?
Yeah.
Because that's what, like,
I gotta watch this again.
it's such a good movie.
I love it.
I mean, we do have the screenplay. We could be reading what he actually says.
It's all right.
Because
Let
I
me
agree
find
with
it.
you. Like, I think that it is something that would, because they didn't obliviate him.
Me and Meg discussed it a little bit, and we were thinking like maybe it's even something where he has to gradually remember.
Yeah.
Or maybe, maybe
he's
they did this
exposed
on
again.
purpose as a way to make sure that he does come back, because she was probably like, listen, I actually
I like
love
this guy.
like this guy, love this guy, whatever. What can I do to get him off this for a little bit, and then I can go back and get him?
Well, and I bet you, because like clearly he's not a bad guy. Like there's nothing
No.
like.
I mean, he's not going to
Beside
say
it being
anything.
illegal, that's like the only reason they're not together, really.
Right.
So like, I
And
know
we
if
know
it was,
that
like,
later
if my
on.
sister was in that situation, like I would do anything in my power to be like, all right, we're gonna fix y'all up, like y'all are gonna be besties.
besties.
Why did you keep me around? Because I like you. Oh.
I do want snacks that he makes because they look really
Oh, it
cute.
looks so good.
I thought you were going to say
Eat a
snacks
little.
right now, and I was like, yeah, let's
I know.
do
That's what I
it.
was thinking.
Let's get some noms.
I don't think we have. We have soda bread. Shout out if anyone's eating Irish soda bread.
Oh, we have talked about this many times.
It's upstairs, freshly made today.
I saw it come
can't
out of the
wait.
oven.
Some people put caraway seeds in theirs. We do not. Not saying that's
sorry.
bad, just not how we make ours.
Okay.
We call it a vehicle for butter. Do we want to move on to Grindelwald while she's looking at that?
Hold on. I think that
Oh,
I'm
okay.
really close. I think I'm really close to talk about something.
Let me see if I can find any fun facts about Queenie.
Mr. Kowalski.
Mr. Kowalski.
That makes me think of Monsters, Inc.
What's his name?
Wazowski.
Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski. You didn't file your paperwork.
I hope your volume was turned down when she just did that, but that was amazing. You know
Have
what?
you never heard me do her?
No, but that's really good.
That was a good
I'm so
Roz.
impressed. Why are you not voicing cartoons?
Seriously.
Someone needs to make one for
No,
me.
listen, fans. Somebody, I don't know, just if you've got a cartoon going, Sarah will do the voices of all of the
them.
characters.
I don't do that many voices. Like,
You could come up with them.
Yeah. Okay.
So it says.
Get your reading voice on. Okay, then you can go.
is she a singer?
Me. So Newt is holding a little cocoon in his hand and says, "Come on." And Jacob said, "What you got there?" And then Newt goes, "Well, the locals call swooping evil, not the friendliest of names. It's quite an agile fellow." And then he like flicks the cocoon at him, and this like scary creature just like jumps out at him. And then Newt says, "I've been studying him, and I'm pretty sure his venom could be quite useful if properly diluted, just to remove bad memories, you know."
Interesting.
Holy shnikes.
Can I tell you what I just
Yeah, what did
realized
you
about
find?
Queenie?
Because you like flipped out
So one of my people that know me, I love sad songs.
with Sarah.
So do I.
Sad songs with Sarah. Love them, right?
Hate them.
So one of my favorite songs is from a Fine Frenzy, and it's called Almost Lover. She sings that. That's her singing. Like, that's her
Oh
thing.
yeah, she's a good singer.
My mind is blown.
Yeah, she's a really good singer.
That's probably one of my top 5 songs that I love.
Her
And I
speaking
haven't-
voice is great,
And I
so-
haven't listened to it in a long time, and I'm going to have to listen to it after this because it's a really good song. But fun fact, that's the girl that plays Queenie, and that's Allison Sudol. Yeah.
So yeah,
my
so
gosh.
wrapping up Jacob, I just think that his good memories are still there.
You think she
basically.
picks him back up in the bakery?
Yeah.
Or do you think that she's like putting herself there to get her face in his head slowly?
I bet you, yeah.
So he
To
doesn't
try and
flip
bring
the
his
F
memories
out,
back.
you know?
I bet you she's going to slowly, like, start, like, going back to the bakery more and being like, oh, like, do you want to grab a coffee with me kind of thing? And, like,
Yeah, try and
slowly
gradually-
get more into
and then
his
he'll
life.
be like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he,
Yeah.
like, clearly he still likes
you
her.
know what I hope she does? I hope they like she gets in his head and whatever, and they go out and whatever, and then I hope she makes that strudel again, and then it clicks.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be so cute?
No, they would be perfect. I can see it happening and him taking a bite and being like, I remember everything.
Yeah.
Food does that, man.
Yeah.
I love food.
I love food.
I love food.
Do you want to talk about this last guy on the picture?
Can I ask one question?
I love
Are
him.
2 different colored eyes.
Yeah.
No, it's creepy. Isn't
What if he's
it?
got like some weird mad eye thing going on?
What if it is magical?
So last up,
It's like a
is-
husky.
Cute.
last up is Johnny Depp returning as the powerful dark wizard Gellert Grindelwald.
Woohoo!
Look at his swag.
Feelings on this is a big issue. I love Johnny Depp. I'm into it.
Just look
Everybody
at
else?
I am.
I'm
fine
into
with
it.
I can understand why people are upset.
Well,
And
yeah.
this is coming
Yeah.
from somewhere where like he was one of my favorite actors. I will say he's probably not anymore.
Allegations.
Regardless of, I wasn't there. I don't know what happened.
Again, I'll say what I said in the last episode. I love what David Heyman said, where he nor us should be judge and jury.
Well, and I can respect your opinion saying you don't
Yeah,
like him.
Definitely.
Right, yeah.
I get it.
But
Yeah.
I think, to be completely honest, he is a freaking mastermind when it comes to these kind of roles. He's going to bring something really special to this role, just like he's brought
It's
to
not
all
even
of
gotten
his other
started
roles.
yet, and he gave me chills.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to play this role right.
No, who else
I-
would do this role?
I don't know.
I will also say I don't like the stash, but you know.
No, I don't either. But he
I like the
always
hair, though.
has, like,
I never thought
Hair's
of
good.
there's
him
always
being
something
blonde.
quirky about
What?
Johnny
What do
Depp
you
and his
mean? He was a
characters.
long blonde-haired kid.
Do you think I remember that detail? No.
Get out of the chair.
I always picture
Wheel
him with
her
dark
out.
hair.
Wheel her out.
I just
Somebody.
think of like, and this is a stereotype that I have. Like I always think of evil people like with dark hair. Like not saying that just because you're dark
Okay.
hair. I don't. It's just a thing in my head. Like it's just something like I equate.
I do have a bit
I
of
guess if
evil
you
in
think
me.
about it, a lot of the bad characters do have dark hair.
Voldemort
This
has
is
no
strange.
hair.
That's true.
Yeah. What do you have to say about that?
He went before
But
he
he
became
did.
Voldemort. I'm stuck in my
He also
chair.
has no nose. You're stuck in your chair. Good, Katie. Wheel her away. She can't get out.
So, Grindelwald's role in this film, obviously, he's a major player if the film is called The Crimes of Grindelwald, right?
Yeah.
I wonder, though, if it's going to be more so Newt and Dumbledore just focusing on crimes that Grindelwald did. I don't know
Yeah.
how much of Grindelwald we're really going to see, per se.
Yeah.
And I kind of think he's going to play a similar role as to Voldemort, where, like, yes, he's a major character, but how often did we really see him?
That's
It's
true.
more so about what he did and, like,
What he's
the
doing.
mayhem and, after effects of bad stuff that he's done that everybody else is trying to clean up and fix. So I think that it's going to focus more so on like Newt and Dumbledore than him, even though his name's in the film title.
Sorry. I went
Well,
more
it's
than
also
that.
Johnny Depp. So like even if he was in it for like when he was in Into the Woods.
Into the Woods.
He was in that for a split second, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh, Johnny Depp's in it for a second, like
Literally a second.
like he was just a little wolf.
The title of this begs, though. I want to see it, though. I want to see more of it.
You want to see more of the crimes?
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to see it all.
Okay,
Compare
Like-
it to Voldemort.
it had to be
Yeah.
rated R.
It should be.
Well, I think it depends on. I think it
that
depends
this
on how it
definitely-
goes.
This definitely is more of an adult theme
Series.
series,
Well, but
obviously.
yeah, they're all adults anyways. We're like
Right.
watching Harry Potter. He was an 11-year-old.
Here's what I
kid.
want. Whenever they remake the Potter series, which they're going to, they do
I
it
don't
with
wanna think
every.
about that.
Hey, Tim Burton should do it.
That'd be crazy.
And honest to God, don't give me a PG. Don't give me a PG-13. Give it to me all R.
Arr. I'll just sit next to you and do that the whole time you're watching.
Why
it.
wouldn't it be?
I know it
Well, I
definitely
could-
could be, especially
You know?
starting,
The later books.
I mean, you
yes.
starting
you
in
can
Goblet
start
of Fire.
PG. You can move to PG-13 when you kill Cedric, and then everything else from there on out, you should R-rate that.
Yeah.
And do it justice.
I
Right.
think it'd be really. I love seeing.
just because of gore that would happen.
yeah,
and-
I like seeing Tim Burton's
Think
stuff.
about Bathilda.
right.
Yeah.
If they had a stronger rating on that, we would have gotten some real deal.
Think about how.
Not that I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
I want to see
Or
all
the
that
war.
gore. I want to see it as real as I can
it's,
get it.
Well, and it's so dark, and that's what he does. Like everything, like even just when you're watching it, and the colors, everything is dark,
Dark and
like
grainy.
That's why I love it.
dear,
it'd be really good.
Dear Tim.
And really, if you want your ex-wife/girlfriend, I don't know if they were married in there, she could be Bellatrix again. I wouldn't mind.
She could be 80 years old playing a great
Yeah.
Bellatrix. She
Who
could.
else could she? Oh, you know, it'd be really funny. She could be like McGonagall.
Yes!
Just give her like a total
Yes.
opposite.
Oh my god,
role.
it'd be perfect.
That'd be amazing.
Can we talk about his stance in this picture, though?
Yeah, he
He's-
looks
he
pretty.
He doesn't
cocky.
give
He
an
looks
F.
like he knows he's the big dog, the top
yeah.
dog. He has the Elder Wand, for God's sake, and he's just holding it casually.
Yeah, like
Because
you
he
could just
knows
snatch it out of
he
your hand.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David
But
Heyman
he
and
knows he
David
won't
Yates
because he's Grindelwald.
We're so excited to cast him.
I wish I had a better detail on the Elder Wand so I can compare it. I want to know if it's. I mean, they
It
had to
is
have made
the
it
Elder Wand.
exactly like.
They showed a close-up picture of it. They had Dumbledore's wand and the Elder wand
Actually-
next
Oh,
to
in that
each other
book?
on Instagram.
It's in this
No,
next
no.
article.
Do we? Yeah, I was
It
gonna say,
was
do we
on
want to move on to
Instagram.
that?
Let's dive into it.
It's in there.
Talking about
far enough.
the Elder Wand.
Yeah, here it is.
Everything we want to know about the Elder Wand. It's a mysterious
same
instrument
thing.
indeed.
Look at how similar Dumbledore's wand looks to the Elder wand. It's kind of cool.
I think people are destined to have the ability to become the master of death.
Yeah.
Just like you are destined to become the master of cheer.
So I'm just
You
gonna
just wait, listeners. You just wait.
I'm destined to be master of
We're gonna
snacks.
take a short little break here again.
Master of snacks.
If you're looking for some new Muggle outfits, check out Agnes and Dora by Mama Zamore. Be confident and comfortable in these stylish tops, dresses, and adorable leggings. Agnes and Dora provides buttery, soft clothes that are flattering for any body type and any occasion. Swish and flick over to our website, mamazamore.agnesanddora.com. MAMASAMORE.agnesanddora.com. And check out our Facebook page at Mama Zamore, just in time for the holidays.
Hey guys,
Oh gosh.
Sarah here.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about the Elder Wand a little bit. So there's an article on Pottermore, and it's literally entitled "Everything We Know About the Elder Wand."
And this is because we're like looking at the zoomed in picture of Jude Law as
Yeah.
Dumbledore, and we are comparing
yeah.
his wand that he is clearly showing here compared to the Elder Wand.
How do you do magic
it-
holding it like that? Good
I don't know. It's weird, but
Well, it says it was probably first used by Antioch. I don't know if I said that correctly. Antioch Peveril. 'Cause
were you
that's-
reading this? Is this on that other article?
No, it's a separate article.
It's called
Okay,
"Everything We
okay.
Know About."
Got it.
Okay, so it's in the Wizarding Fable, the tales of the three brothers. We know from the Deathly Hallows that those are the Peveril brothers, and each one has one of the Deathly Hallows. And so it became apparent that the Elder Wand, along with the Resurrection Stone and Invisibility Cloak, were very real objects, and that we see later on that Albus Dumbledore has it. It goes by many names. The Elder Wand has also been known as the Wand of Destiny. I don't like that title.
Death stick.
A title evocative of the grandeur and power that has enticed so many wizards. Other names have been bestowed upon it through the years. The Elderun Wand is one of them, which was given by a Barnabas Deverell. Alhorn, which is, I guess, an archaic term for elder, also been dubbed the Death Stick. It's so funny.
You just said that.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I like that.
That's like when I was like, oh, she's engaged. We listen to each other, you guys. Don't
Oh
worry.
gosh, it's so funny. Its design is unusual in almost every respect. It says virtually every detail of the Elder Wand hints at something unique or exceptional by a wand maker's standard. The elderwood is not favored material in wand making. However, it is still included in Garrick Ollivander's notes. Do you want me to read that?
Sure.
Okay. Only a highly unusual person will find their perfect match in elder. And on the rare occasion when such a pairing occurs, I take it as certain that the witch or wizard in question is marked out for a special destiny. That's so interesting. 'Cause if you think about it,
Did I say that earlier? I was like, I feel like people are destined to like have the ability to become the master of death. Like Dumbledore had the ability to become that, but then he chose not to.
Right.
Yeah.
And Harry also chose not to.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I agree.
I think this is neat too. It talks a little bit in this other article that we have on Pottermore. It talks about Dumbledore and Newt's relationship a little bit more. How like clearly they're gonna work together in this movie.
Oh, did we not want to finish talking about the Elder Wand?
Whoa.
Oh, you weren't done.
No.
I thought that his excerpt was the last part.
No, there's talking about the chorus thestral hair.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Which is weird.
Well, it just says that
Yeah, I
there's
feel
no
like- is
Ollivander
that-
notes to go on. It wasn't a material he chose to work with, but we do know that thestrals have a strong connection with death,
I was just gonna
plus
say
the
that,
magical
yeah.
properties of
Oh, that does make
invisibility,
sense.
flight, and an uncanny ability to find their destination. How this affects the wand is uncertain, but it does hint towards some seriously powerful magic. And it has a long and bloody history. Do you want me to go into that? Because it does talk about Grindelwald. A little bit.
Sure.
Oh, because it says in the 20th century, the wizards Gregorovitch, Grindelwald, and Severus Snape were all slaughtered in the pursuit of the Elder Wand.
Amongst other.
It says all
nameless
wizards who boasted the winning of the Elder Wand had something in common. They were quite specifically wizards. However, this may not tell us the full story, tempting as it may be. One can own the Elder Wand without bragging about it. Indeed, it would be prudent to resist, given the wand's tendency to attract would-be murderers. It is also possible to acquire the Elder Wand without even realizing it, as in the case of Draco Malfoy. They don't really know. They're saying, like, could a witch have ever owned the Elder Wand at some point? It's possible, but they don't really have any...
I never realized that.
Yeah, they said it's possible, especially if she did so stealthily, unknowingly, or if it simply went undocumented for whatever reason. After all, entire centuries of the wand's history remain unaccounted for. One witch even claimed to have killed the wand's then master, and it said, like, namely Loixus, I don't know. The claim, which even claim, oh my God, I can't read. The claim was made by his own mother. And it says, what about Tina Goldstein in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them? We saw her disarming Grindelwald. If Grindelwald had the Elder Wand at this point, did this make her the master? And it says, Dumbledore's words on the subject are open to interpretation. No witch has ever claimed to own the Elder Wand. Make of that what you will.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I guess that does make sense. Did she disarm him? I don't remember that.
I'm trying to think. I think she did. I mean, this is on Pottermore, so it must be true.
Right. I'm just thinking I want to go back and see. Oh, but he may have been using Percival's wand at that point. But
Yeah.
again, does that really matter? Because if he was in possession of it and she disarmed him, then that would work
allegiance
because that's
changed.
what happened with Harry and
Yeah.
Draco.
Well, and if
Exactly.
you think about it, because now I'm reading this as well, because it's talking about that happening with Harry getting ownership of it. It says, while deaths did occur in both situations, Dumbledore and Dobby, respectively, neither Draco nor Harry committed the act. Talking about murdering and switching the wand switching loyalty. And it says, Albus Dumbledore managed to control the Elder Wand without killing its previous owner, who in fact outlived him. And it says, however, the belief that the Elder Wand will automatically switch allegiance whenever the owner is disarmed is also false for one very important reason. And then it says the Elder Wand decides its own destiny. It's interesting. Because, you know, how the wand chooses the wizard. Mm-hmm. It's interesting.
Maybe
So
it
the
chooses
Elder
only
Wand-
people. Those are like
J.K.
worthy.
Rowling says the Elder Wand knows no loyalty except to strength. So it's completely unsentimental. It will only go where the power is.
So why'd it go to
That's
Malfoy
interesting.
though?
I think he was powerful, but, you know,
Oh.
I think that if
He was
if
powerful,
his life
but
went
I
a
don't
different
think
way,
necessarily in a
He
dark
wasn't
way.
he wasn't
Yeah.
Master of Death powerful.
apparently he was, because the Elder Wand was his.
I think he's weak sauce.
But it says, what does this power actually entail? The emotional state of wizards, where a lot hangs on a duel, that's something different. That's about real power, and that's about transference that will have far-reaching effects in some cases. That's what J.K. Rowling said.
Did you say that you don't think Malfoy was Master of Death powerful?
Yeah.
Maybe the wand knew that Malfoy was close to Voldemort and it wanted to get to Voldemort.
Well, but he was a legitimate, wasn't he?
That's what they say.
Yeah.
That
Who,
Draco
Malfoy?
was
Yeah.
legitimate.
What's the evidence to that? And who's
J.K.
they?
Rowling?
Yeah.
What's
I
the
think it's on
article?
Pottermore.
Pottermore.
Yeah, I think that's
It's
part
like
of his,
in his
Bio.
yeah.
profile.
Are you gonna throw that out there and then like
Not
when
do anything with it?
when is an instance where he
Used
But
shows
I think
that?
I think he would have to use it. I I'm trying to think of like when. I mean, I feel like he had a lot going on, and you clearly see him struggling.
Maybe he didn't know that he was for
Wouldn't
a while.
he have known like what Snape was up to then?
But maybe maybe he didn't.
Maybe
care.
he didn't really develop that until he was
Or
older.
maybe he wanted Snape to be successful because he hated his life,
Correct.
especially when he was held up at Malfoy Manor.
Yeah.
Oh, the tangled webs we weave.
Because it says, with all that in mind, consider the Elder Wand's decisions in the final 2 books. The standoff between Draco and Dumbledore was fraught with emotion. Dumbledore knew he was about to die while Draco raged in an internal war with his own mortality. At Malfoy Manor, Draco was once again conflicted while Harry was determined to escape and finish his quest. In both scenes, emotions ran high and everything was at stake. It was enough to affect the Elder Wand even when it was not present at the scene.
Do you think
Maybe
the Elder Wand knows its path?
Well, yeah, I was going to say maybe Dumbledore wanted the wand to be passed to Draco as kind of a
To get it out of the hands.
to confuse the path from
Well,
Voldemort.
and Voldemort would have never been, oh, you got the wand.
Yeah, he would have
Right.
never realized.
Because Draco's a peon.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe it was kind of like maybe that's why it took allegiance to Draco because Dumbledore wanted it to.
He was like, psst,
Do it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
go to Draco.
Yeah.
Well, and then this
Maybe.
says the very last 2 sentences say, but what caused the Elder Wand to turn from Grindelwald to Dumbledore? That's something we'd all like to know.
We'll learn
Well,
it.
we will learn it.
Well, and then it says find out more about the life of Grindelwald.
Yeah, we'll definitely learn.
So, like, that's something interesting to learn more about the wand.
I think
That's
we're
really
going to
cool.
learn a lot about it.
I'm so excited to see it.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, moving
Now
on.
that we want to talk about Dumbledore and Newt's relationship.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
So it's clear that they have a history. There's a theory that Fawkes came from Newt.
I like it.
I love that.
But it says that Dumbledore argued against Newt's expulsion from Hogwarts. And in the latest edition of the textbook Fantastic Beasts, a new foreword from Newt says that Dumbledore was more than a school teacher to me. He added, more than this, I cannot say without fear of breaching the official Magical Secrets Act, or, more importantly, the confidences that Dumbledore, most private of men, placed in me.
So maybe he did make him privy.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think so, though.
It says Dumbledore in the picture of the cast of Fantastic Beasts is also shown carrying a long, impressive wand, but it's not the Elder Wand
This is Phoenix.
because it is in Grindelwald's hands. And it is the identical design of the one from the original Harry Potter films, which I like that they kept that.
As they should.
Yes. And if anybody wants to see it, I can try and remember to post a picture of it. Otherwise, it's on Fantastic Beasts Instagram, and I'm sure that it's really easy to find.
I'll put this article in the doc so we
Okay.
don't forget.
Let's see. So it is set straight after the first film, like I said. It says the film takes place in 1927, just a few months after Newt's first adventure. So we're still deep in the roaring 20s, but the characters will obviously have bigger fish to fry than taking in the delights of the decade.
That's true. Jeez.
Yeah. And then again on the Fantastic Beasts Instagram, we see a post of a picture of a sign in the window at Flourish and Blotts. And it says, which I love this little tidbit, and it's funny that this was used for a very long time leading up to Fantastic Beasts. But it says Flourish and Blotts and Obscurus Books. And Obscurus Books was in Diagon Alley at Orlando before the Fantastic Beasts movies
There's a
came
big
out.
sign.
There's like a sign for like a publishing company called Obscurus Books.
Yep,
I just
I know.
love it.
I
It's
know.
just, ugh.
Guys, our fandom.
So it says
amazing.
that they cordially invite you to the book launch of Newt Scamander's Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Follow the writer in his worldwide quest for extraordinary something. It's blurred. I
blurred,
can't
yeah.
see it. Saturday, the 19th of March at 7 o'clock. Flourish and Blotts, North Side, Diagon Alley, London.
I want to go to Diagon
So
Alley
we're going to go
again.
back to Diagon Alley.
We'll
That's
take a
exciting.
picture of it.
I hope it starts with like a book signing.
That would be cool.
That'd be
We
cute.
also know that the film will be going beyond New York to Paris and London. Although judging by Newt's travel papers that were posted again on Fantastic Beasts Instagram, guys, go follow Fantastic Beasts Instagram. They drop in
Doing
hints
it right now. I don't think I do.
all over the
I don't know
place.
if I do
It's
either.
so cool. So he might be having a bit of trouble getting out of England based on his application for travel. It says Ministry of Magic notice of travel permit
Oh, I got one
application denial. They denied Newt traveling out of England because the subject was uncooperative and invasive on reasons for his last trip.
Nah.
Where does it say that?
Right there in red.
Ooh.
It's got like a
You in
little
trouble?
picture of him with his fingerprints. It says profession magizoologist.
We
It
are
has his
in
address
trouble.
here.
Is it Eddie Redmayne's handwriting, like where it says where his
I don't
name
know.
is? 'Cause
That would be
it's very
really,
nice.
really cool, though.
Newton
And it says
Scamander.
Newton. Yeah, that's cool.
Newton. She turned me into a newt. A newt. I got better. I got better.
Wait, is this? It's not Instagram. It's the tweeter.
Oh, is it Twitter?
It is the
No, it was
tweeter.
on- well, it was on Instagram.
I thought it was on both.
It's on the
It's on
Insta
It's a
of
different name on
Grams.
Instagram. It's Fantastic Beasts movie on Instagram, but on
Katie.
what? On Twitter, it's Fantastic Beasts.
Katie.
I was confused.
My head hurts.
So yeah, then the only other like really big thing that's in this article is that we get to meet Nicholas Flamel, which I'm assuming will happen in Paris.
I want to see Professor
that's where he
Binns.
lives,
I want to
correct?
see
I think
Professor
so.
Binns.
I know.
What if you don't?
I will cry. I will cry.
It says here. Oh, there's a. Did you guys know who Jessica Williams is?
I don't know anybody.
I know the name sounds familiar.
Well, she was cast.
Yeah.
She is going to be appearing in an unnamed role as of right now, but she's very excited because apparently she's a fan.
Jelly.
There are some other new characters, new casting characters that have been announced, but we don't really know a whole lot about them. We do know Wolf Roth as a character named Spielman.
His name's Wolf.
The guy, yeah, the actual guy's name, yeah.
That's
Victoria Yates as Bunty. Derek Riddle as Torquil Travers. Does that last name
Travers!
sound familiar?
Yep.
He's the Death Eater in the Harry Potter books.
I was thinking of B.L. Travers, like Mary Poppins. My bad.
That too, yeah. Poppy Corby Tooch as Rosier.
Boo.
I think she's the one. What's her name?
Rosie.
Poppy,
Hold on.
Poppy.
I said-
and then Corby with a Y dash T-U.
yeah, so she was in a show with the woman that played Mary, whatever her name is, in the
Barebones?
first one. Yes,
Mary
she was in a show.
Barebones.
Yeah, isn't it
Learning.
Mary Louise Barebones?
Mary Lou.
Mary Lou, whatever. So she
Mary Lou,
and
we
the girl
don't
that
like
plays
you.
her were in a show called Harlots together. It was on Hulu.
And
So I
then
wonder
the
if that's how
last-
she got her job.
Maybe. Then the last one that we know of is Cornell S. John as Arnold Guzman, whoever that is. But yeah, we're guessing that Travers and Rosier must be distant relatives of the Death Eaters. 100%. So we see Travers, Rosier, and Lestrange in this movie, which is interesting. Nicholas Flamel, creator of the Philosopher's Stone, will also appear in the film. He's being played by Brontis Jodorowsky.
Say that name 10 times fast.
Jodorowsky. So yeah, that's
I'm excited.
pretty much where we're at.
This comes out like what, the weekend before our like Thanksgiving, right? Normally
think
when like
so.
all that they most of them.
Thanksgiving.
What?
No, our Thanksgiving here. It comes
It's like
the
Thanksgiving,
actual
like
film.
American
Oh, I
Thanksgiving.
thought you were talking about like our Christmas party. Moving on.
Guys,
All right.
there's a little tidbit in here about Maladictus, about her name. It says if we break up the etymology of the word, mal means wrongful or ill, and dictus in Latin means to speak. So that kind of ties in with snake, sort of, if you
so
think
weird.
about it. Sort of.
It says here also this appears to be her like blood curse that she carries appears to be different to being an animagus, as in animagus can transform into an animal by choice. So that must
Right.
mean she doesn't have a choice when she transforms.
Maybe there's like a specific snake bite, like a
That kind of also-
a werewolf bite.
Maybe she's
reminds
like the
me of a
Hulk.
werewolf. I was gonna say.
yeah,
She's like the Hulk. She gets angry, turns into a
Oh
snake.
yeah. Did you guys know that Alison
say
Sudol and J.K. Rowling wrote the school song for Ilvermorny.
Oh, really?
That's so cute.
That's cute.
That is cute.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see teenage versions of certain characters.
Is being a werewolf a blood curse?
Yeah, because we're gonna go
I
back to
think so.
Hogwarts.
Guys, we're gonna go back to Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that.
I forgot to bring that up again because they filmed stuff at
Yep.
one of the
Do
hallways.
it. Do it. You know it.
Did you guys hear how David Heyman said that Newt
What is
Scamander's
it?
not expected to be the main protagonist, and J.K. Rowling's like, no, he is.
What is the place that they filmed?
Why am I
Oxford?
blanking on this?
No.
I'm blanking on it
Cambridge?
too.
Is that what you're talking about?
No,
No,
the
it's in
place-
London. They filmed it like is a hallway in Hogwarts.
Hold on.
Oh my god.
She's gonna say it, and you're gonna be like, yeah.
Laycock Abbey.
Laycock Abbey.
So they filmed there, and they were filming teenage versions of Newt, Leta, Theseus,
Who's older, Theseus or Newt?
and
Theseus.
Gellert.
Looks like
And
it.
someone
And a
called
character called Sebastian.
Under
And
the
it
sea.
says, "Who are you, Sebastian?"
Under the sea.
He's a crab.
He's a crab who lives under the sea and does music.
Under the sea. Under the sea. Okay. Are we done?
Okay.
Let's go lightning bolt. What are you guys
okay.
excited most for this next movie to see?
Crimes.
I want to see all the dark stuff.
I do. I want to see it all. I want to
I'm
see all the
so-
terrible things. Why? Because I'm also terrible.
Didn't want to say it, but
I'm really excited to see how Queenie and Jacob come back into the story because I love Queenie. She's my
Yeah.
favorite character in the series.
I'm just excited for all of these connections to start making sense. I don't think they'll all be answered,
these are
obviously.
the
but
prequels we've been jonesing for,
Yes.
you guys. Like if
Yes.
you guys are like prequel. Well, we're
wasn't
getting
the
a
prequel
we're
I was
getting
thinking,
but we're getting a
but I'll
form
take
of
it.
it.
Yeah.
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 And you don't know, she could be like, I'm not writing about crap, and then later on using all this to gear up new stuff. I mean, she could lie. I mean, what I would
Joe.
lie if I
Hey,
was
Joe.
her.
yeah.
Hey,
I'd-
Joe.
I'd
guys,
be like,
she's
leave me
gonna
alone.
do this,
The
and then
Marauders.
she's gonna do a Marauders series.
The Marauders, just do it.
I don't care in what
just
form, just
do
give it to me.
I'm really excited to see like all of the characters that we know from Harry Potter
Yeah.
now. Like I'm so excited to see Dumbledore. I'm so excited to see how he's going to act because he's going to be completely different. I think because he's going to be he's dark
Right.
here. I think
Yeah, I
so it's
think
going
he
to
will be partially at
yeah.
least.
I think it's. That's what I'm really
Because I'm
excited
sure
to see.
that his infatuation / love of Grindelwald is going to affect how much he's really gonna want to help the ministry.
I wonder
with
if we're going to
catching
see him struggling. You know what
Yeah.
I mean with like the light and
like,
the dark.
okay, I know where he is, but do I just want to go find him and like talk to him, or do I want to turn him in?
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. I mean, we already know that Dumbledore took his time in actually catching up with him because he didn't want to necessarily catch up with him.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see that though. Like see his struggle.
You're going to see a definite
Because I bet
internal
you, like, I
struggle.
think it's one of those things where
and he's going to have to lie and act. I mean, he
Yeah.
lies and acts anyway,
Yeah.
but I mean,
I think it's gonna. I think for him, it's one of those things where he struggled until he died with
when it's
going
Tom-
between like wanting the power and not like you know what I mean. I think it'd be interesting. I just think it's gonna be interesting.
What year
to
does
see that.
Tom Riddle get to Hogwarts? I don't know. Are you going to look that up for me?
Tom and I stopped speaking a long time ago
Because he also has to deal with that stuff.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see it all.
Because he knew from go
He knew from
that there was something
He was
not
born
right.
in 1926. So,
So we'll see.
he
I mean,
will
we'll
literally be a baby during this movie.
during this one, but
because
We have
how
4 more
long
after
it goes
this?
19 years.
3 more. After.
Does
3
it go
more after
19
this.
years? 16 years.
plenty of
How
time,
many years?
baby.
So when this series is going to end,
Yeah,
The 40s.
Isn't it 19 years
I think
from the
it's-
first movie? It's 19 years. So
It
what?
is
19 years later.
We know. We've talked about it.
Bell Wars.
Oh my god!
Because when was the first one? The first one was 1926, correct?
Sure.
Right? Am I right?
Am I
So
right?
it's like
Am I right?
it
Am I
ends
right?
in what 1945 then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever year. Sorry, I'm yawning. Whatever year Dumbledore and Grindelwald fought, dueled.
45.
45.
So yeah, 45.
Isn't that the year that the First World War ended? Second World War.
Is it?
I think so.
I think so too. Look it up.
Yeah, September 2nd, 1945.
Oh man.
What if they just like
What if they
What if they
committed the
killed
war?
Hitler?
Dun dun dun.
Maybe.
Wouldn't you like?
If she incorporated this into
I
like real life
hope-
history, that
I
would be
really,
so
really
sick.
hope she does. 'Cause
What-
I'm so interested to see
Well,
what
they
it's gonna look
they
like.
poisoned the, or did no? Did they poison themselves or shoot themselves? He and
I
what's
don't
her
know. I
face?
know they killed themselves. That's all I know.
I know there was poison involved in some way. I was gonna say like since there's like no damage to the bodies, but it was that Abracadabra. Oh, it would be great. There's got to be. I
says
mean,
that,
I just want to see it a little bit.
He swallowed a cyanide capsule and shooting himself in the head.
So he did both.
I mean,
Double
But
tap.
one was gonna work anyway. Good riddance. Are we done?
Yeah,
I think
guess
so, guys. Ooh, does anybody have any other questions?
Question? I have no questions.
This is a really long episode.
It's long, but it's juicy.
It is. It's good. I liked it. This is a really great intro to the Scamander Stories.
You're welcome.
Guys,
Yeah.
when you listen to this story, I mean, this is podcast. Tell us what you're most excited about seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested to
And
hear.
you can do that on our Facebook page.
Yeah,
Good
we'll have
lead-in,
a
Sarah.
on our
Good gosh.
discussion.
So join our group
making
on
fun of me?
Facebook.
No, I said a good lead-in.
Oh, they said good gosh. I'm like, what did I do wrong?
I said it was good lead-in. Good gosh.
So make sure that you join our group discussion on Facebook. We have a Facebook group that you can join, and it's so fun. I love going in that group.
Me too.
Everybody's super active. Everybody responds. Everybody asks a ton of questions.
Can I
It's just a
interject
blast.
something? We've got people trying to get into the group and then they're not answering our questions. I will not let you in unless you answer both questions. We're
They're
weeding out
very-
bots.
They're very simple questions.
Yeah. Just answer them.
What is your favorite movie? And what is your favorite book?
Of
And it's
Harry
just
Potter.
So that we
Twilight
know
and
that
Twilight.
You're interested, that you're like legitimately
I'm not
a
letting
fan of the Swish and Flick podcast and want
Right.
to talk about Harry Potter. So just if
Just
you're
to
gonna
keep
join,
it
just
fun
answer.
for everybody
My
else.
favorite book
Yeah.
is the Bible.
That's fine.
That's fine. So go find us on Facebook. That's where we're most active, and like our page to get all the latest info. We're Swish and Flick Podcast on Facebook or Swish Flick Cast on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. Also, make sure that you find us and follow us on Patreon. By supporting us on Patreon, it only helps us to be able to provide you with better content more often. So head on over to www.patreon.com/swishflickcast
If
and
you
support,
want us to be extra BA, go and support us.
support your favorite Potter podcast.
And you get bonus content.
Yeah, you get access
You get
to
more
the
podcasts.
Felix Files as a patron,
Felix
Felix
which comes out bi-weekly every Wednesday.
Not every Wednesday.
90% of the time at 8 a.m. Sometimes I
Certainly
slack,
before
but
midnight.
sometimes I post it early. You guys just never know. I leave it a surprise every week.
Because it's also a surprise to her.
Yeah. But I try and do it as often as I can, 8 a.m. Wednesday. And also make sure that you follow your Swish and Flick hosts on Twitter and Instagram at Meg's Mouse Tales.
That's your job.
Makes me shoot.
And it's Tales like Tales, not T-A.
Like stories.
Like stories, because I like Disney and Harry Potter. Okay. Then O'Malley, O-H-H-H Malley.
Oh, Mally.
And Skaterade 7. And then Tiffany's only on Twitter, and she is at TiffSwish_Flick. It's your line.
Hold on. You can also say that these are the same, like ours, minus Tiffany because she's not on Instagram. Our Instagrams are our Twitters
I said
as
that.
well. Did you?
I said find
Yeah.
us on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, but you didn't say that it's the same.
I assumed
Handle.
that
Same
was-
handle.
Not everyone knows it because not everyone has the same
Well,
handle.
now they
Well,
do.
don't assume.
You know what it does? It makes you a donkey.
That's a nice.
Thanks for listening,
That's
guys.
a nice bold.
Let's head to Tiffany.
Okay. So, once again, thank you so much for listening, and don't let the muggles get you down.
Amazing! Just my voice. I'm over my hair color.
And I'm not talking about, I'm not wasting.
Yeah.
No. I'm not wasting any more time of my life talking about your hair.
Dude, you married my brother. You're in it for the long haul. Until the day one of us dies, we're going to be talking about mine or my mom's hair. It's just going to happen, all right?
Reminder, what are we not going to do today with our microphones?
Touch it.
Not gonna touch it, Mom.
Is hair Raz in any songs though?
The one in my heart.
I could not stop laughing. That was amazing.
I just get like bored. Like I don't want to keep saying like clearly everybody knows I'm Sarah. Like